Have you ever caught someone staring at you, and the moment your eyes met theirs, they looked away so fast it almost seemed like they were never looking at all? Or maybe someone started laughing a little too hard at something you said that honestly was not even that funny. Or perhaps a person who used to be completely casual around you suddenly started fixing their hair the second you walked into the room. You noticed it, you felt it, but you could not quite name it. Here is the truth that most people are too afraid to say out loud. Falling in love does not announce itself with a grand speech or a dramatic confession. It sneaks in quietly. It hides in the small things. It lives in the micro moments that most people walk right past without ever realizing what they just witnessed. And today, we are going to change that. Because once you understand the psychology behind these tiny, almost invisible behaviors, you will never look at the people around you the same way again. You will start seeing things you were always blind to. You will start understanding what someone's body, habits, and subtle choices are screaming, even when their mouth stays completely silent. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you might just realize that someone in your life is already falling for you, and you had absolutely no idea. The eye contact that lingers a little too long. Let us start with the eyes, because the eyes almost always tell the truth before the person is ready to. Psychologists have studied eye contact in romantic attraction for decades, and the findings are remarkably consistent. When someone is developing feelings for you, their gaze changes. It is not just that they look at you more often, it is how they look at you. There is a specific pattern that researchers call the triangular gaze. When we look at strangers or acquaintances, our eyes typically move in a narrow triangle: left eye, right eye, nose. That is polite, professional, appropriate. But when someone is attracted to you, that triangle widens dramatically. Their gaze drops to your mouth. It travels across your face slowly, as if they are trying to memorize something they are afraid of losing. And then, here is the part that gives everything away. They hold eye contact just a fraction of a second longer than normal. That extra half second. That is not an accident. That is the brain trying to stay close to something it wants. And when you catch them, they look away fast. Sometimes they smile at the floor. Sometimes they pretend to check their phone. But what just happened between you two in that split second of broken eye contact? That was chemistry. That was electricity. That was somebody trying to hide something their body refused to keep secret. They remember things you forgot you said. This one is subtle, but it is one of the most powerful signs there is. Think about the last time someone brought up something you mentioned weeks ago, something small and insignificant that you yourself had completely forgotten about. Maybe you casually mentioned that your favorite childhood snack was something specific. Maybe you said in passing that a particular song reminds you of summer. Maybe you complained once about a pet peeve you have. And then one day, out of nowhere, they remembered it. Perfectly, in detail. That is not a coincidence. That is not just a good memory. That is what happens when someone hangs on your every word, because to them, nothing you say feels unimportant. The psychology here is fascinating. When the brain experiences attraction, it enters a heightened state of attention. Neuroscientists describe this as increased activity in the dopamine reward system. In simple terms, when you are falling for someone, your brain treats their words like gold. It stores them carefully. It revisits them. It finds meaning in things that were never meant to carry any. So when that person remembers something you said 3 weeks ago that you cannot even recall saying, they have been thinking about you. Quietly, consistently, privately, they have been thinking about you. Their body turns toward you without them realizing it. Here is something that will genuinely blow your mind once you start watching for it. The human body has a beautiful way of pointing toward what it wants. Social psychologists call this body orientation, and it is almost entirely unconscious. The person doing it has no idea it is happening. When someone is falling for you, their body will orient itself in your direction, even in a crowded room, even when they are talking to someone else. Their feet will point toward you. Their shoulders will angle in your direction. If they are sitting, they will lean, almost imperceptibly, closer to your side of the space. You can test this in a group setting. Watch where someone's feet are pointing while they talk. People generally point their feet toward whoever they feel most drawn to. It sounds almost too simple to be real, but try it. You will be amazed at what you discover. There is another piece to this. When someone is falling for you, they will also unconsciously mirror your movements. You cross your arms, they cross their arms. You lean back, they lean back. You laugh, and their body responds before they even process what you said. This mirroring behavior is the brain's way of building connection. It is trying to say without words, I am with you, I am like you, we belong in the same space. They get nervous in ways they never used to. Pay attention to this one because it is one of the most charming and most overlooked signs of all. When someone starts developing feelings for you, they will often become inexplicably clumsy or nervous around you, even if they are a completely confident person in every other area of their life. Suddenly they are knocking things over. They stumble over their words. They laugh at things they probably should not have laughed at, or they go completely silent during a moment where they would normally have something clever to say. What is actually happening here? The brain is flooded with adrenaline. The nervous system is responding to perceived emotional risk. Falling for someone is, from a purely biological standpoint, a vulnerable experience. The brain recognizes that something matters, that you matter, and it reacts accordingly. This is also why some people get uncharacteristically quiet around someone they like. The filter goes up. The self-consciousness kicks in. Every word feels like it has weight, like it could change something, like it might matter in ways that a conversation with just anyone never would. If someone who is normally loud and confident becomes oddly careful and measured around you, that is not them being distant. That is them caring about what you think of them. That is them not wanting to get it wrong. They find reasons to reach out. In a world where everyone is constantly connected and simultaneously overwhelmed with notifications, attention is one of the rarest and most valuable currencies that exists. So pay attention to who finds reasons to reach out to you. Not just when there is something important to discuss. Not just when they need something, but the person who sends you a meme they thought you would like. The person who sees something random on the street and thinks of you and tells you about it for absolutely no reason. The person who checks in on you in the middle of a regular Tuesday just to say hello. Every one of those messages is a person finding an excuse to enter your space. Every one of those tiny, seemingly insignificant touches of communication is someone saying, I was thinking about you and I could not stop myself from letting you know. Psychologically, this behavior is deeply rooted in the desire for closeness without the vulnerability of full confession. It is the middle ground between silence and declaration. It is someone testing the water, dipping a toe in, seeing if you reach back. And when you do reach back, notice how fast they respond. Notice how the conversation seems to go on longer than it probably needed to. Notice how neither of you really wants to be the one who ends it. They make tiny sacrifices without being asked. Love, in its earliest and most honest form, shows up as effort, quiet effort, unrequested effort. This is the friend who walks you to your car even though it takes them out of their way. The colleague who saves you a seat before you even get there. The person who notices you, seems stressed and shows up, not with advice, not with analysis, just with presence, just with their time. These are not grand romantic gestures. They will not show up in movies or songs, but they are, in many ways, more meaningful than any grand gesture could ever be. because no one sacrifices small pieces of their comfort and time for someone they do not care deeply about. Research in relationship psychology consistently shows that the early stages of romantic love are marked by a strong motivation to prioritize the other person's well-being. The brain in this state genuinely derives pleasure from acts of giving toward the person it has attached to. They are not doing these things because they expect something in return. They are doing them because your comfort has somehow become connected to their own. That is not obligation. That is not politeness. That is the beginning of love doing exactly what love does. They become protective without even realizing it. This one is beautiful to watch when you know what you are looking for. When someone is falling for you, they will begin to exhibit what psychologists call protective instinct behaviors. This shows up differently depending on the person, but some version of it is almost always there. They step slightly in front of you in a crowd. They instinctively put a hand on your back when guiding you through a busy space. They notice when someone is speaking to you rudely before you even finish processing the interaction, and something in their posture changes. They stand a little taller, they move a little closer, or it shows up emotionally. They defend you in conversations. They do not let someone speak badly about you in their presence. They take your side, not blindly, not irrationally, but instinctively, because something in them has decided that you are worth protecting. This is ancient. This is biological. This is the heart choosing someone and the body following that choice before the mind has even finished catching up. The most important thing. Here is what I want to leave you with. All of these things, the lingering gaze, the remembered details, the body that turns toward you without permission, the nervousness, the reaching out, the small sacrifices, the quiet protection. None of them require a single word to be spoken. Love communicates in a language that lives underneath language, and the most important skill you can develop, not just in romance, but in every relationship in your life, is learning to listen to that quieter communication, learning to see the person behind the behavior, learning to recognize effort when it shows up in ways that do not look dramatic or obvious. Because here is the thing about falling, it rarely happens the way we imagine it will. It is rarely loud, it rarely announces itself. It slips in quietly, disguised as small moments, disguised as a look that lasted half a second too long, disguised as someone remembering something small that you said on an ordinary afternoon that they will honestly probably never forget. Pay attention to the little things, because the little things, they are never really little at all. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needed to hear it today, because you never know who might be quietly falling, hoping someone is paying close enough attention to notice.